Hello everyone, Prime here, and I hope that you've had a great day, because today we're going to be covering Bakasura, facts about him, lore, and all of that good stuff. So Bakasura ruled over the people of Nainpak village in one myth. These people genuinely worshipped Bakasura because they were impressed by his might, or the fact that he was a demon, and the yoga Narasimha idol was what they prayed to and channeled their affections for Bakasura into. Others mentioned that he was worshipped by the people of this village purely because he killed those on the outskirts of the town and protected everyone inside, and because of that the villagers felt indebted to him. There are two main stories that I could find about Bakasura. I'm not too sure if these are the same Bakasura, and in perhaps one story he's reincarnated or brought back to life somehow or healed just to fall again in another, or if these are in fact two different demons, both called Bakasura. In the first, Krishna was one of the most well-known and significant deities in Hindu mythology. He was the 8th incarnation of Vishnu, so you can kind of get a sense of how important he was. His uncle, Kansa, was a cruel individual and thought that as Krishna was nearby, Krishna sought to kill him. Kansa didn't like the idea of dying so much and figured that he should kill Krishna first. So, he summoned the demon Bakasura to slay the infant Krishna. Bakasura decided to take the form of a bird in order to complete this task, but not just any old bird, a giant bird. And in the forests that he found Krishna playing in with his friends, he decided to swoop down and confront the child. He then began to attack Krishna and swooped him up in his giant beak. However, from inside of Bakasura's beak, Krishna decided to stamp around, move inside of it, and genuinely just make it very uncomfortable to keep Bakasura inside of it. Bakasura's huge mighty bird beak was destroyed, and soon after Bakasura died from the injuries. Krishna's friends then thanked him graciously and practically worshipped him for saving them from this giant monster, even though technically the monster was only after Krishna. Monster, I should say demon. Bakasura is a demon. Now, in the second variation of the story, it's a lot more well known. The Pandavas were a famed family in the epic made up of 5 sons, 2 wives, and 1 husband. Later on, the 5 sons go on to become the wives of 1 woman. I'm not sure what to think about that, so we're just going to continue with the story. Kunti was one of their mothers who lived on the outsides of the main city that the sons lived in, so they'd have to make a bit of a journey to see their other mother. So on their journey between these 2 locations, the sons stopped at a local village. The villagers showed them a great kindness. However, the villagers themselves seemed oddly depressed and generally just non-talkative and down in terms of spirits. So one day, Kunti found a woman crying, and this woman was of course a villager, who told them about the vile beast who used to just attack their village and kill many of the inhabitants there. But eventually, someone from the village struck a deal with the demon. In return for a cart of food, every day, the demon would leave the villagers alone. However, someone needed to take that cart to the demon would eat whoever that person was. This was also a problem not just because of the fact that the villagers were genuine human people who actually cared about their fellow villagers, but also the fact that the villagers' numbers and their inhabitants were slowly growing a bit on the short side. Kunti assured the woman that her son Bhima would not only deliver the cart to the demon, but also end the troubles. And at first, grieving woman didn't trust that Bhima would be able to defeat the demon and thought that it would be a disgusting thing for her to allow her guest to then risk her son's life. Eventually, Kunti persuaded this grieving villager. So Bhima arrived at the forest with no demon in sight, and he had the cart with him, so he decided to take rest under a palm tree. Now, eventually, Bhima gets a bit peckish and starts to nibble away at the many bananas and then the sweets and all of the different foods that were sent for Bakasura. And by the time Bakasura shows up, because yes, the demon was indeed Bakasura, there's next to no food left for the demon Bakasura. So he gets very mad, bares his teeth and attacks Bhima. And they enter a little struggle for a while, during which Bakasura throws a giant tree trunk at Bhima, who catches the trunk and tosses it aside as if it were nothing. Eventually, Bhima does slay Bakasura, and then ties Bakasura to the food cart and drags the entire thing back to the village. Upon returning to the villagers were very pleased to see Bakasura slain, and they thanked Bhima graciously in tears. So, there you go. Bakasura's stories aren't exactly the most pleasant, and he's quote-unquote the bad guy in both of them. Did I really just say that? Bad guy. But yes, that was a video on Bakasura. A bit on the short side, I know. Not much I can do about that, but there you go. If you enjoyed, then go ahead and leave a like. And of course, if you want to see a god of your very own covered next, leave a request in the comment section below. The last few requests, I believe, were Ratatoska and Jingwei, who will be added to the list, and the current list should be looking something as well as those gods. Got Guan Yu, Zeus, and Poseidon. Be sure to vote in the polls for your next chosen god that you want to see, and until the next video, have a very good day. I have been Prime, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye-bye.